everyone, so I apologize for the delay in our video getting released this week. I tasked Michael with filming the video and he had so much knowledge that he had a lot of information to share, so I think you're going to find it very helpful. And then we lost the internet for 4 days, which, how does that even happen nowadays? Put us back a little bit, but he did some great work editing this, and it's really important information to know if you're building a new construction home, whether it be in Lakewood Ranch or anywhere in this part of Florida. So he shares the good, the bad, and the ugly about new construction techniques, and also how that plays into the quality of the construction for the build. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment and let me know how you think he did, because usually it's me. So we'll see how it holds up.
Hey everybody, today we're going to do a video about Florida new construction, and specifically we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and some of the ugly that you might encounter when building brand new. I'm going to go to various neighborhoods right now and pick out random houses that are currently being built, like this one, and show you some of the ins and outs of Florida new construction, some of the techniques that different builders use. Higher end homes use higher end techniques, thus the cost is also higher. This house is obviously in an early stage. It doesn't even have a roof yet, but it is poured foundation and it's blocked with concrete block. You might be thinking, what in the world is going on below here with all these holes in the wall? Let me show you. The concrete block lays right on top of the slab, which would be right here. And what they do is there's this rebar piece, extends up, out from underneath, and that ties into a rebar piece right here, as you can see, that goes all the way up through the cinder block, straight up like a column, right up to the roof. They knock this out so that they can pour the concrete from above down. The concrete fills this entire channel like a column almost, big cement column, wraps around the rebar, and it essentially creates a pillar which attaches to the foundation, so that your walls, the foundation, and then eventually the roof tie at the top is all connected through this solid connection. They put a piece of wood across this so that the cement doesn't come pouring out of here when they pour it. The piece of wood will stay, the cement cures, and then they rip the wood off. And that's how the county inspectors and building inspectors know this has been poured correctly. This house is a really good example of some load-bearing techniques. That's a lintel, L-I-N-T-L-E, I think. You can look it up. But that is a straight across a big carrying beam, essentially, that carries the load. Another cool thing about this house, there are no load-bearing walls whatsoever in here. I know that sounds crazy. Where we're from up north, load-bearing walls are a thing, pretty much in every house. No wood frame in here at all. It's designed such a way where the truss construction, these are the trusses for the roof, can go clear across, peak, and carry the load of the roof. It's pretty impressive. So obviously for this builder, their cost is a bit minimized, being that there are no load-bearing walls to build, construct, frame, have inspected, etc. It's just that much faster to get the roof on. Now I'm inside another model. So I just drove down the road. I noticed that this is the exact same model and floor plan as the house that we just showed you that had no roof and no load-bearing walls. So this is a good glimpse of the interior to show you what the inside actually looks like once it's framed up. These are metal aluminum frame walls. They're attached to the foundation using pressure treated wood as a general framing, and then the metal walls serve as the studs on the interior of the wall. They're flexible, but once the sheetrock goes up and screws in, it creates a solid wall. You can also see that they insulate on the outsides and all exterior walls. That wall over there happens to be backing up to the garage, so that's insulated as well. If you look across the top, the roof trusses that I showed you that were on the ground, that's these wood pieces here and all throughout the attic area. Here's another house I just came across. This would be an example of what not to do, and kind of an extreme example. I haven't really seen anything like this, but obviously something did not go correctly here, and maybe it was an overpour of the cement, but that all pushed out. I probably caved out the block, and you can see they've had to chisel this off. There's going to be a lot of cosmetic work here to make this look correct. Not that I don't think it can't be done, but you know, that's a little concerning. The good news is this would never pass county building inspections if it were an unsafe condition. So likely this is going to turn into a cosmetic challenge, I'd say, for the builder to make this look right. But the county would never pass this otherwise. That whole entire step where they pour this concrete has to happen even before the roof goes on. And this particular house has the roof up. The tiles, they're going onto the roof. So that's a good sign. All right, fastest way to figure out if you have a load-bearing wall. In most of these houses, if you see, well, I'll take that back. If you see aluminum framing for 99% of the interior walls, and then you see wood framing like this, that's a load-bearing wall 99% of the time. I just drove down the road a bit, and this is a perfect example to show everybody about how the foundation begins. This is really like step one. Let me flip the camera for you. How do I flip the camera? Maybe I can't. Okay, flip the camera. Like I said, this is step one. They grade the lot down, they create a nice flat dirt surface, and then they frame this wood framing, which essentially is the edges of the house. That's gonna be a single car garage right there. And this would be the 2-car. Fill it with dirt, pack it in, and then they dig back and they put in all the schematics. You can see there's a piece of rebar right there. That's gonna be likely a hose bib. That's a water pipe, PVC water pipe, and it's going all the way back. So right now, this particular house has all the plumbing dug in. They'll dig in the electrical next. And then once that's done, the concrete trucks will come to pour this slab. People ask all the time, well, do you think I can add a bathroom? Do you think I could change this, change that? Honestly, once that slab is down, anything's possible, but boy, oh boy, would that be expensive. After watching a few minutes of this video, you can tell what the primary difference is right away. Right behind me, there's a whole lot of wood. These walls are wood framed, 100%. This house is by a different builder than the last two that we went to. And as you can see, there's a huge difference in the way that they frame these walls. There is definitely an additional cost to this. There's also a rigidity that comes with the wall that is different than aluminum frame. This house, in comparison to the last, is about $150,000, $175,000 more. The square footage in the bedroom bathroom spec is the same. About 17 or 18 windows in this house in comparison to the last house, which had about 6 or 7. You know, and with each of these things comes an additional cost. All right, so now I'm inside a custom build house. This house is probably about $1.3 to $1.4 million. This is a particular builder in the region that does exquisite custom build work. This house is twice as much as the last one we just came from. However, if you look around, it's the same type of construction. You've got wood frame walls, the concrete foundation, block construction, rebar inside the block. It's the same concept, but I think the message here, more costs more. So this house has more rooms, more square footage, more framed walls, more bathrooms. You know, it just, you get what you pay for. And also there will be quite a bit of custom finish work, high-end materials in comparison to some of the tract builders, which are larger companies with semi-custom options. The roofs are like 2-in-1 here. So what you get is a rolled roof rubber membrane, flashing, and then they put the tile on top. So you really have 2 roofs in one. They say they last about 40 years total. And what would end up leaking someday is actually that membrane. But on a new construction house, you're pretty much gonna have one roof the entire time you own it. Yeah, look at all those hip lines. You have all these different roof lines. Here, here, here. All that stuff costs more, exactly. What's one thing you notice here? First floor, block, second floor, wood. Certain builders frame that second floor with wood, certain builders don't. And you know what? It's really not a predictable function of price, because there is a builder in town that is actually one of the more affordable entry-level builders, and we were shocked to see that they put block up along the entire second story. Everyone asks, how come no basements in Florida? Well, that's why. See that standing water right there? The water table in Florida is considerably higher than most places, and if you were to dig a basement, it would fill up pretty quick. So this is an example of pool construction. You can see the rebar framing. The, well, I don't know what you would call that, but like that border-ish thing, it's not wood, is the frame that they pour the concrete against. It's cool stuff, but I just wanted to show you how pools are built here. Step 1, dig a hole. Looks like it's prepped and ready. It's got its plumbing in, all these white pipes. Should be poured pretty soon. This is what the pool looks like just before they put the gunite finish on, which is the interior finish, the final finish before they fill the pool. Now you've got your coping tile here on the edge, hot tub, all the different fills. And yes, this does look like a mess, but believe it or not, it comes out looking like a beautiful pool when it's all said and done. So this one is pretty much almost finished. Here's a great example of something. Hurricane impact windows. It's a big deal. Hurricane windows cost considerably more than non-hurricane impact windows. A quick way to tell is whether or not they have these grommets around the edges. This one does not. I mean, granted, it says hurricane guard window, but if you didn't have that sticker there, you'd need to look a little closer to figure out whether or not it is or isn't. Here's something cool as well. This is a stucco texture. This is like a sand knockdown texture. Knockdown meaning they trowel the texture this way. We've seen it different ways. This is probably one of the most common. But that again is another option that you'd be given with the builder with your new construction home. And the different options cost different money. Little friendly word of advice. Unless this is like the one and only house that's available, don't buy a house that has this in the backyard. Just, you know, word of advice. Yeah, not good. For a few reasons, but you know, people might say, oh, the trees will grow, you won't see it. It'll just blend into the distance over time, you won't even know. Here's the thing, that power station at night glows bright orange. The lights are on 24 hours a day. That's the kind of stuff that you really need a local expert to tell you, because unless you're here in the middle of the night looking at that, you wouldn't know. So yeah, just don't buy houses like this.
All right, I think that was so much helpful information that most people probably don't even know, myself included. Just kidding, I did know most of that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we have another video queued up and ready to go so that we don't keep you waiting too much longer. Again, I'm Courtney, and that was Michael Chankis with Charles Ruttenberg Realty here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. If you're interested in finding your home in Lakewood Ranch, please give us a call because we would love to work with you. And if you're not, then just subscribe to our channel to learn more about Florida real estate and all things happening in this area. Thanks for tuning in.